Hey guys, welcome back to Standard Time. Today you catch me out on a promenade in Hong Kong. I think it's really nice out here because it's just about to set. Well, the sun is just about to set. So the point of this video was to talk a little bit about Homage watches. So there was this comment on our recent Steinhardt video, so the subjective review of the Steinhardt, in which in the review I said that basically the watch was not for me. And the main idea is that I found the watch to be perfect in all objective fashion, but personally, subjectively for me, that's just not something that I want to have in my collection. So there was a comment on that video, you can see the comment right here. So the guy pretty much asked how I feel about the Alpha Explorer in the same regard, because I mentioned that I was not so fond of the Steinhardt personally because of the Homage connection and how it's instantly kind of recognizable as a Rolex Submariner, or the Kermit, whatever you'd like to say. I think it's because of the Steinhardt being a Homage. I think that's one of the main reasons I don't want to keep that watch. But on the flip side, I really love the Alpha Explorer Homage. I'm currently wearing the Alpha Explorer Homage. So this is a homage of the Rolex Explorer, but not the current one. I'm gonna put the reference number of the homage, of the watch that it homages right here. So this is based on a vintage Explorer. It's a 36mm piece, and the Explorer was available in 36mm. I don't know if you could call it vintage, but at least 20 years old. So essentially the bracelet has hollow end links and it's got a stamp clasp, and it's not up to par with the actual watch itself. But the thing is, I really love this piece, and it's pretty much a direct homage of the Explorer. And that got me thinking a few things. So I have 5 major questions for you guys as well. So 1, can you like a homage but not approve it? That's the first question. 2, vice versa essentially. Can you approve of homage and not like it? The third one is, what is your homage tolerance criteria? So how much homage can you tolerate essentially? What are you okay with? What are you not okay with? Because I know we all draw the line at replica watches because we have to draw the line there. But the Homage watch spectrum is in this gray area between that and the real deal. So where exactly do you draw the line within Homages itself? So what if it's almost a direct copy in terms of dimensions, and it just has a different name on the dial? Is that Homage enough? Or does it have to have some kind of unique aspect towards it? Fourth question I want to put forth is, do you like a homage for what it is, or do you like it for what it's trying to be? So in the case of a Submariner homage, do you want it because you want a Submariner, or do you like that Submariner design but you want the homage and you like the homage for what it is? Essentially, in terms of Submariner, if you could own the Submariner, would you still want to own the Submariner homage? So the last question I want to put forth is, the new Homage watches, do they keep redefining what you're okay with in terms of a homage? So let me begin to answer these questions from my perspective, and it's not the one perspective, it's not the correct perspective. This is just currently how I feel. It's very much current. I might feel very differently in, let's say, 2 weeks, or maybe I've held some other watch and I feel completely differently. So the first one, no, I can't like a homage and not approve of it. Can I approve of a homage and not like it? Yes, I think so. I think that's based on personal preference. So you just have to be okay with the fact that a certain watch is a homage. Well, yeah, of course I'm okay with that. But you might not be, so I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear what you have to say, regardless of whether you're completely against all of these points or completely for them. I just want to hear the spectrum. So Let me know in the comments below about all of these. So for the third one, what is my homage tolerance criteria? So when you say homage, you mean similar design. So that has to be there, otherwise it won't qualify as a homage. So you've got that going already. So what makes it special is, for me, I think you need to have some sort of unique twist to the watch. It can't just be the same design through and throughout. There has to be something that differentiates it, something that makes it something of its own, essentially. There has to be at least some distinguishable factor that's unique to that particular watch. So when I say unique twist, I mean it's not trying to pass off as a real deal. The purpose of the watch is not to pass off of that as that. So certain examples of unique twists could be some form of nostalgia or some hint of nostalgia, and I think this watch does that extremely well. It's based on a vintage watch, so it's not homaging a watch that's currently in production. So I think that is a bit of a unique twist in its own. And the fact that the Alpha Explorer Homage, it has the stamped clasp and it has a shoddy bracelet of sorts. It's actually a pretty good bracelet. It just feels light and kind of dainty, like a vintage Rolex would. So I think that's a perfect unique twist to this particular watch, and I approve of this watch. You could say, I really like this. I approve of a lot of homages, but this particular one feels special to me. I enjoy wearing this watch more than I enjoyed wearing the Steinhardt, even though on the wrist that felt so much better. This is completely subjective. This has nothing to do with the specs, the accuracy, the movement, none of that. This is just how you feel about wearing the watch. So I actually feel better about wearing this Explorer Homage than the Submariner Homage by Steinhardt. So another example of a unique twist could be some sort of small appeal. I like when homages don't try to be extremely generic. So I find especially creative when someone decides to make a homage of a watch and they don't copy everything down to the dimensions and the color combinations exactly. I like it when they kind of choose a select audience and go after that. So a smaller audience, and so you pretty much know that the number of people buying your watch are less, but you decide to make it anyway because you found that particular design special, or that's yours, or there's something creative to that. I really appreciate that sort of thing in a homage. Down to the answer for the last question, the fifth one. Do new homage watches keep redefining my definition of homage? So far, yes. But I think after months of experiencing a couple different homages, I feel like I've solidified my criteria and expectations for homages and how I feel about them at the same time. So I think up until now, yes, new homages have redefined my perception of a homage. But I think from now onwards, it's going to remain relatively the same. Who knows? I might change, I might try something new, might feel completely different, but that is the case with everything. So let me know what you think about this, guys. How do you find this topic? Do you have a lot of strong opinions or strong views? That's good, that's fine. Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching. Do subscribe if you haven't, and see you guys next video. Cheers.